Tears of the Kingdom had many great boss battles and iconic moments. However, Nintendo missed one opportunity to have one of the best boss fights of all time. So we fight the Queen Gibdo, the Mucktorok, Flux Contructs and even Ganondorf himself. However, a Twinrova boss battle could have been epic. Well, today I'm going to have a look at Twinrova's appearance in Tears of the Kingdom, where they come from in the Zelda series and why they are important, plus also how a Twinrova battle could have been great in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. As I mentioned in the intro there, Tears of the Kingdom is full of great battles, not only against bosses of various temples, but world bosses and random bosses too. I remember the first time I had to take on Phantom Ganon, and I wondered how I was going to defeat this thing, given I only had a few hearts and some lackluster weapons. Well, Flux Contructs on the other hand are an early challenge on the Great Sky Island, plus also we got Master Koga down there in the depths, just to name a few bosses. Well, there's two bosses that we didn't face that could have made the build up to fighting Ganondorf even more satisfying, and that is Katake and Koume, otherwise known as Twinrova, the surrogate mothers of Ganondorf. Well, Tears of the Kingdom's story is similar to Breath of the Wild's in that you can find the story components in any order by experiencing the Dragon Tear memories. These memories provide the cinematics for the story, including Zelda being sent back in time, meeting Rauru and Sonia, learning more about Ganondorf's plan, and eventually going on to fighting in the imprisoning war against the Demon King, who kills Sonia and steals the Secret Stone's power for himself. One of these Dragon Tear memories stands out with a couple of characters with a callback to Ocarina of Time and also the old Oracle games. Well, first up, before we go too far, let's have a look at the memory in question, and this one is called A Show of Fealty.
Allow me to offer you my deepest apologies. On behalf of the Gerudo, for taking so long to accept your repeated invitations. It is our desire to be accepted into the protective embrace of your kingdom, to serve it faithfully.
A welcome appeal, Ganondorf. I will accept your vow of fealty to the kingdom of Hyrule. I understand that a single male is born to the Gerudo every 100 years. Receiving such an appeal from you, a hero to his people and a king by birth, well, it is truly reassuring.
It is my honor. When your Zonai ancestors first descended upon these lands long, long ago, they must have seemed to be gods. And now you rule as king, and have taken a Hyrulean woman as your wife. Your Majesty has certainly risen above your admirable lineage. Most impressive. It is unfortunate that the noble Zonai no longer grace this world with their presence. All except you and your sister, that is.
Even if something were to happen to me, both my kingdom and the peace it brings, these will endure for generations to come. Your actions today are appreciated, Ganondorf. I look forward to your future endeavors. You may leave.
Your Majesty.
King Rauru, I believe that man's heart holds many dark ambitions. Just his name, even that, it gives me pause.
I am well aware of his evil nature. For that reason, and others, I want him close. It will be easier to keep an eye on him. There is nothing to worry about.
okay.
Well, in a show of fealty, that is the 7th memory, we can see the two twin Gerudo witches behind Ganondorf for a few seconds. Ganondorf is reluctantly pledging his services to King Rauru and kneeling, with Kotake and Koume flanking Ganondorf very, very closely. They aren't directly referenced in the game or have any speaking parts, but we can clearly see that it is the surrogate mothers of Ganondorf. We can see their distinct skin tone is the same as Ganondorf, and they're wearing identifiable sashes over their shoulders. The design of these garments is similar to the headbands the pair wear in Ocarina of Time. Another reference in Tears of the Kingdom are the gloom weapons. They also have an inscription on them that translates to Kotake Koume in Hylian script, which is another direct, albeit hidden, reference to the pair in Tears of the Kingdom. And that same inscription appears on Ganondorf's sword in Wind Waker, and that is a reference back to that game as well. Well, this representation of Twinrova is very different to their original incarnation in Ocarina of Time. They are Kotake and Koume, the Gerudo witches known as the Sorceress of Ice and the Sorceress of Flame, and they are a boss in the Spirit Temple in Ocarina of Time, plus they also appear in Majora's Mask and the Oracle games too. Back then, they were 400-year-old witches, shriveled yet powerful, but now they appear as much younger Gerudo, but still identifiable by their blue and red colouring, representing fire and ice. It really does feel like a missed opportunity here that Nintendo didn't include Twinrova as a boss battle in Tears of the Kingdom. The two Gerudo witches fighting side by side to stop Link from getting to Ganondorf, especially as the boss of the Spirit Temple in what could have been a major callback to Ocarina of Time. Instead, we got that seized construct boss battle. While interesting, it wasn't really as good as a potential Twinrova fight. This boss battle could have been huge. Both wield magic, one ice and one fire. Perhaps Link could have fought one witch, then the other, and then they combine just when you think you've defeated them, and then you've got the combination of the elements and the need to defend yourself against fire and ice. Nintendo did a great job bringing back enemies in the past two installments of these Zelda series, including Lynels in Breath of the Wild and Gleeox in Tears of the Kingdom. Perhaps Nintendo thought Twinrova was just too obscure, or maybe in the end they simply ran out of time. It feels like including them in a cutscene is such a tease, to then not include them in a potentially very exciting boss encounter later on. So just imagine when we have to take on Ganondorf's army before the final fight with the Demon King, we dispose of Ganondorf's army only for Kotake and Koume to jump in and say, well, now Link, you have to fight us. That would have been really, really cool. Well, at first I thought this was all fine, not to worry. We're going to meet them in DLC, but now, recently Nintendo have come out and said they're not going to be doing any substantial DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, and that is a shame. The Twinrova angle could have been really, really great to explore for DLC. Given Ganondorf's downfall in Tears of the Kingdom, having Twinrova revive him would really make sense in terms of the timeline of Legend of Zelda. They worked together to revive Ganondorf in the Oracle games before combining to fight Link once again. And that could have been the perfect setup for DLC, or even a sequel to Tears of the Kingdom itself. However, now it looks like our time in this version of Hyrule has come to an end, with IGL Numa saying that he and the team have told all their stories that they want to tell in this Hyrule, and we're likely to see something different in the future. Kotake and Koume did appear as younger women in the memories, and with the potential for them to turn into the old, wrinkled, scary witches that we know and love from Ocarina and the Oracle games. However, their appearance in the Show of Fealty and Memory appears to be just that for the time being. It's just going to be an Easter egg. It could have been an epic boss battle calling back to Legend of Zelda history, and it would have been awesome to explore that in DLC, but for now, it looks like Nintendo are drawing a line under Tears of the Kingdom and moving on with their new projects. For now, we're just going to have to go back to Ocarina and the Oracle games on our Nintendo Switch via Nintendo Switch Online and relive those moments with Twinrova and hope Nintendo puts them into future games. Well, let me know what you think of Kotake and Koume's brief appearance in Tears of the Kingdom, and let me know what you would have liked to see in the game. Well, that is it today for this look at the missing Twinrova boss fight in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Well, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, you can check out all the other Legend of Zelda and Tears of the Kingdom videos on the channel. Once again, thank you for watching the video today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.